Discover the hidden gems and pristine waters of Tennessee's Bill Dance signature lakes. Conveniently located throughout Tennessee, there's a signature lake near you, covering all regions of the volunteer state, all endorsed by the legendary Bill Dance himself. Whether it's a weekend getaway or an extended vacation, create timeless memories at Tennessee's Bill Dance signature lakes. Plan your trip today.
Hey everybody, I'm Steve Owens, one of the tournament directors with the Tennessee Bass Nation Kayak Series. On the other side of me over there, you see Sassy Dan, Daniel Davis, co-conspirator. This is our fourth event of the 2025 season, and we're going to Cordell Hull. This is a first for us. CTKA, a local cast club, has fished there for years. There's other clubs that fish it. And Cordell Hull is obviously Cotton Cordell, where the lipless was made and become famous, I guess you'd say. But it's stomping ground for Trey Johnson and a few other people. They like to get up there and get those smallmouth going. And this year we're coming in April. We were told it's a really good cold water area, but the way the schedule will work, we've got April here, and we're pretty excited about that because, it seems like April is just good for all things smallmouth, spotted bass, and largemouth. So we're hosted by, we're up there fishing with Gainsboro this weekend. That's where we're actually going to be meeting is the Roaring River Park, which Daniel will get into in just a minute. Just getting my bearings here. I had too many screens pulled up and I accidentally closed one out that I needed. But while we're going through that little bit of difficulty in my little brain, y'all don't forget we've got the cast team tournament going on right now, which raises money for the cast state championship. That helps pay for a dinner, identifier cards, stickers, stuff like that, so that we can have a pretty cool little thing going on. And our cast state championship's been a staple of the Southeast. To be honest with you, it's unique. I think we're the only one that has it. And to be honest, looking it over, we may be the only state in the country that has, 6 to 10 clubs that meet at the end of the year for a championship anymore. I know the California people have their Wild Wild West championship, which is pretty huge, but cast is, how we all cut our teeth and everything. And we're very grateful for all the local clubs to support what we do. Me and Daniel put a lot into this, and y'all put just as much into it fishing. Y'all thank us more than enough, and we appreciate all of that gratitude. So we're hosted by Jackson County this weekend, and we are doing a fundraiser this year. We're partnering with Purple Heart Homes and Real Heroes. Real Heroes is a division of Purple Heart Homes, and so far this year, we're doing $1 per angler per entry fee. And you all have the option of donating extra money on the side to that when you register on Tourney X. We're really, really proud of what you've done so far. Right now, not counting this tournament, we're at $1,161. It's going to go to a place that helps our men and women in the military service with housing modifications and repairs. So want to give a huge thank you to Carl Black Chevrolet of Nashville for coming back on for our Angler of the Year this year. Dugout Bait and Tackles, one of our title sponsors. And you all see on all of our banners how much support we have in the fishing community. That's getting harder and harder to maintain in our sport. So we appreciate you all going to each of them social media, giving them a like and a follow, and tag them when you do things, when you win prizes. Sniper Marine's back on for our big bass sponsor this year. We're giving away a native watercraft at the end of the season at the state championship. We've got Boondocks products. Newport is giving a motor away again. One Objective has supported us this year, along with RoboHawk, Seagar, Bill Lewis. We've got a prize package from Guardian Angel that's coming your way. Catch products are the ones that make our trophies. We really appreciate Duke and all those guys up north that do what they do. We're going to have Dobbins rods, courtesy of GSM. Brandon and Dark Ahanis is going to have us a kayak cushion to give away, as we do every year to the state champion. Yamamoto Baits and Precision Hardwood help us continue to bring in prizes and the support that we need to keep this going. I mentioned, Real Heroes, which is a division of the Purple Heart Home. So um, don't forget the Bill Dance Signature Lakes. The Bill Dance Signature Lakes Giant Bass Open is a part of 6 of our events. And I believe our next one will be, due to the reschedule, the Kentucky Lake event. And that Kentucky Lake event is going to be unique in that obviously we've got the cast clubs, but Michael Musgrove and Gene Jensen have the Team Kayak Series that's going to be there the same weekend. That's a 2-day event. So make certain if you can get a partner, we're going to align all of our rules together so you can communicate and exchange fishing strategies with one another in that team kayak series. I feel like that's a really important series to support. They're bringing a lot into the industry or into the tournament side of what we do. It's a lot of fun. We all carry on in our individual tournaments and enjoy communicating with our friend. I mean, most of the time we're not even talking fishing; we're just talking stuff. But in this one in particular, you're going to be able to team up and do the best that you can to make a really good championship and win some extra cash. So sign up for both of those if you can up there on Kentucky Lake. We'll make sure that we share that information. So go ahead and be thinking about that and find a buddy to go ahead and tune into that. So, but back to the Giant Bass Open series presented by Bill Dance Signature Lakes. What we get to do in that one is every hour, and it's based off of time captured, so that if you don't have cell signal, you can actually, still win your $100. We're going to give away $100 an hour, and we've done that so far on Del Hollow and Chickamauga. So, as I mentioned, the next one's going to be on Kentucky Lake. We're really excited about that. That's a kind of a cool, different side pot, so to speak, along with the Sniper Marine Big Bass pot. So, and as you can see over behind me, there's that trophy that you get with the cool Bill Dance logo on it. So we're going to tune in and highlight our anglers through that. So we know that the leaderboard changes all the time throughout the day, depending on when you get to upload your fish. But that for us is even more fun because if we're looking at the 8 a.m. hour and there's a 19-incher leading it by your buddy, you're wondering if he's going to hang on. So every half hour or so, you're going to refresh the Tourney X leaderboard. And when you click on there, your buddy's going to still be there. But long about 2 p.m. before deadline, before the Tourney X standings go dark, he may get bumped out or she may get bumped out by somebody else with a 21-incher. And somebody with a 22 at 11 a.m. may get bumped out, at 1 p.m. So I really feel like you all seeing those standings, and I think Daniel agrees that, you all get to see those standings all day long brings a little more excitement to it. We already don't turn the leaderboard off until 30 minutes before lines out now. So I think that that's going to be a good deal. So y'all continue. We'll give you an update. I'm going to pull it up if Daniel doesn't have it. He's more prepared than me. So this just popped in my head. But we'll update the Carl Black Chevrolet of Nashville for the year. Okay. So that's $1,000 coming to somebody. And we also have prize packages for second and third this year. So I want to thank everybody for what y'all do for us. You guys don't understand how much fun we have doing this. So we know that y'all are grateful to us, but we're just as grateful to y'all. So we appreciate you. And I'm going to turn it over to Daniel and let him do the official stuff that you really need to listen to. All my stuff is just advertising. So I appreciate y'all. And we'll see y'all up there at the Roaring River Pavilion tomorrow.
Yeah, good evening. As of right now, you should be off the water 6 p.m. Eastern time, or 6 p.m. Central Standard Time is when you should have been off the water. Just real quick, going to run through some of the Angler of the Year leaders. Luke Graham is looking like he's coming back to back. I know that he's had live happen, and I've heard that he may fish about 4 hours of this one just to, maybe jump up there, but if he misses, it's still up in the air. You got Richard Bartasek, the Lizard King, right behind him in second place. Alabama's Mark Davis is sitting there in third. Roger Brown, Chris Franklin, Peyton Hughes, Josh King, Daniel Lyons, watch out for him. Jordan Lovejoy, Derek Wilson, Ron Butler Jr., Hunter Ferguson, Josh Stewart, Josh Sanchez, and Ronald Butler Sr. That's your top 15 leading in Angler of the Year points right now. So Carl Black, $1,000 in the guaranteed. being paid out at the end of the season, and it's worth the hunt. And being even in the top 15 right now after this many events is pretty huge against the field of anglers that we do have in Tennessee. So the tournament's going to be Saturday. The boundaries are going to be from the Roaring River Park boat ramp down to the Cordell Hull Dam. You can launch at the Roaring River Park boat ramp and then fish up as far as you want to. However, you must take out back at that same ramp. You cannot take out at any ramps that are out of boundaries. We do allow floats. So if you got a buddy that can, you set a truck downriver and you float down to it, you both take out and go back up and get your truck. We absolutely allow that. So it's, a lake-wide launch from any public access ramp or any public pay use ramp. If everybody can pay and launch there, you're good to go. And signups are open for right now, up until I think we do 10, 11 o'clock at night. We got 33 anglers signed up. I know about 2 or 3 that are going to jump in there as well. You can reach me if you have any questions at 423-505-6092 or Steve-O at 423-681-9519. You can also
call Daniel first.
Yeah, call me first. But you can also hit me up on Facebook Messenger, or text, call, don't matter. We're here for you guys. If you have questions, there's no question too dumb. Just make sure you're signed up if you do ask a question. That's the new rule. Just messing. So launch is going to be Saturday Central Standard Time. All these times are Central. Launch is going to be 5:30 a.m. You have 15 minutes till lines in. In other words, you can launch, stay by the ramp close to it in view of it. And then lines in is 5:45 a.m. Lines out will be 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then you have a full hour to 3 p.m. to submit your fish. If you have any issues between that 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock hour, you must reach out to us in order for us to try to facilitate your fish being uploaded. If you reach out after 3 p.m. or check in and say, hey, I had a problem with fish, it's unfortunate, but that rule's there in place for a reason. And the check-in is going to be at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. For right now, we're going to do the Roaring River Park Pavilion. It's 10417 Dodson Branch Highway in Gainesboro, Tennessee. So we have a link to it as well. If something changes, we'll message y'all. Cell service up in that area could be limited. Just make sure that you give yourself time to submit your fish. Check your cell signal throughout the day, but don't get caught with a limit. Especially top 10 are going to get qualified for the state championship that's going to be in Tennessee this year, up in the Knoxville area. And that's a fantastic tournament to fish. We always have over 100 people every time, and a lot of those anglers go on to compete in the Bassmaster Championship in conjunction with the Classic, and get a chance to walk across that stage. It's going to be in Knoxville this year, so a lot of home waters for a lot of y'all. And so other than that, as far as the rules go, if you have a motor, if not, you just got to make sure that you follow all Coast Guard rules, all state and local laws. Make sure your fishing license is up to date. If you're launching before safe light, make sure that you have your 360 light on for any of the kayaks, whether it's motorized or not. If you have a motor, make sure that you have navigation lights that are easily seen. And I don't think we're expecting any bad weather, but make sure that you got your navigation lights on when it's raining. So big thing as far as scoring your fish, check your stringer out throughout the day. We will not call you for minor infractions. If we are going to DQ a fish, we will reach out to you. Other than that, check that push notification. A lot of times, if we have an angler that has the wrong identifier, we're going to call you as quick as we can so that you may be able to save your day. Like Steve-O said, it's a good smallmouth fishery, and I hear that there's a ton of quantity, so everybody should have a really, really fun day. Make sure that you're using a catch board only, or the Yak Attack, the new Yak Attack board. You can use it as well. Make sure the fish is facing left, its belly to your belly if possible. You can lay it long ways in the kayak if you have to due to constraints or whatever. Just make sure that it's orientated correctly on that board. Make sure the mouth is closed. There will be a deduction, if it's open, and we'll message you, and that gives you a chance to check your stringer, manage catch, and resubmit a good fish if not. Take pictures of every fish. We have a lot of anglers that throw away a 16 because they think that they're good, and they may have caught the same 18 twice, and then they just lose out on that. But it's your best 5 fish. Take pictures of every fish, submit every one of them. I'm here to judge, and just to make sure that y'all get the best possible length and score as possible. Put our numbers in your phone. Other than that, be safe out there. It should be a beautiful day. It's starting to warm up a little bit. Who knows what these fish are going to be doing? If they're doing anything like they do on the other side of the Tennessee over here, smallmouth bite should be going pretty good. But we thank y'all, and look forward to seeing you all at check-in. We got some sponsor prizes, like Steve-O said, and we should have updated Angler of the Year standings there as well, and announce who the state spots are. But other than that, be safe out there and have fun.
Yeah, like Daniel said, we got the Angler of the Year race coming down to it. Remember, whenever we get back to the Bill Dance Signature Lakes, part of the Giant Bass Open Series, we're giving away $100 an hour per big bass, or giant bass, I should say. But what we're also doing is, and I'm trying to share images, so while we're on here, we're going to play just a little bit and see if Steve-O can figure out how to add an image to a screen. I don't know how to do it yet. And so instead of watching a YouTube tutorial, that's what we'll do right here. So there we go. Bam. I got one on there, and that's not the one. So I just learned how to do it. So, but as Daniel mentioned, we've got a lot going on in our states, and we know that, it takes a lot for you all to get out on the water. I mean, it's really hard. And so, we appreciate you all coming. So we're working on more than just prizes for what we can do. Hopefully next year, this is just me just spitballing to you all, but I'm kind of confident that we can do it. For the events that aren't the Bill Dance Signature Lakes, I mean, I know it's not like you can pay your rent with it, but we want to look at, potentially doing, $25 an hour for those other lakes that aren't Bill Dance Signature Lakes. And if we can do that, at the end of the day, that's a couple extra $100. I think my math is right. That's $200. And so, but what we're also going to do is, as you see, I got it right here for me, each event. So what we'll do is we're going to have a QR code for you to scan. And then I'm going to get on the phone with our Rather Outdoors representative, which is, well, I probably should have said that. So now you know who to contact for sponsorships. But anyway, Luz has given, away a speed spool for the last 6 or the last 4 events we have for this year. I think is what we got left. So we're happy to give that. And then at the end of the year in the state championship, we've got a rod reel combo that we're going to give away. And how you win this is you've got to be at awards. You got to come up to me and Daniel. We'll give you the QR code. Then I'm going to call that rep, and he's going to do a random generator in the background, and somebody's going to take home, I think these are 6 8-to-1 speed reels. And so I asked them to send me, a pretty balanced one. Now, all these are right-handed reels. So if you're a lefty and you don't do it, you need to be like Sweet Daddy here. I can do both. So that's what you need to learn how to do. Yeah, I'm amphibious with both arms and on Gunnersville, as it turns out. I can breathe underwater, slightly submerged, and fat does float. So, but that's what we're doing there with Luz. We're really grateful. We wouldn't have this opportunity, if it weren't for the partnership that we have with the Bill Dance Signature Lakes Giant Bass Open. So follow all of those people. If you haven't heard, we've got a Del Hollow event, April 26th and 27th, which is the Bassmaster Kayak Series event. You're going to win a lot of money, but you're going to get to fish Del Hollow. If you can't make it up there, tune in and look at your cast clubs in the state of Tennessee. I know TVKA has an event there, but Tennessee travels pretty strong. We, as you see up here, I've just switched over. We've got the College Bassmaster Kayak Series as well going on. And so that's a new venture. We had the Hobie College Series for a couple of years that AJ McWhirter and I ran. But, we want to we want to invite you all that any college anglers to do that. And so I flashed this just a little bit earlier. So, me and Sassy Dan are part of Dugout Bait and Tackle, and we've worked for years with Tennessee trailers here, and they're great, phenomenal trailers. But Fish Texas Kayak Trailers has really, really stepped their game up in the last couple of years. And so Dugout Bait and Tackle is actually the Southeast hub, not just a dealer, but a hub for these trailers. So if you'll look these up online, these trailers, the time frame to get them, if you order individually by yourself, is probably next March. But because we're a hub, if you contact one of us on the Dugout Bait and Tackle team, we'll get you set up, and they will fit your trailer in through us as quickly as possible. So reach out to us if you got any questions about it. We appreciate TVKA, 10CAT. We've got other clubs in the area that aren't sponsored by Dugout Bait and Tackle that do a really good job supporting us. Dugout Bait and Tackle for several years, when nobody else bid on it, has been the Cast state champion title sponsor. So we appreciate the support that you all give us back from that. So reach out to us if you got any questions on Old Town, Native, or Hobie kayaks. We've got Newport, we've got Torpedo, and I can't stress enough to you how much of a time it is for you to take advantage of some great savings on top of you purchasing what you need. So we got Anthony No just come down and bought a Native, I think it was an LTE pedal from us, Native LTE, as well as a new Hobie. So we appreciate him driving down. It's a long way. But if you can't drive down there, reach out to us. We put these things on trucks and we can haul them all over the country. So thank you for all that y'all do. Appreciate my best hand man over here, Sassy Dan.
Happy Easter. Happy Easter.
Happy Easter, everybody. Yep, he is risen. We appreciate y'all. Yep, no matter what faith you have, always reach out to us if you need anything. We support everything that you all do. Mental health is a real thing, and we appreciate just the friendship and the brotherhood and the benevolence that we all get from y'all. So I'm going to love y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow. I'm going to let Sassy Dan sign us off, and then we're going to get out of here.
Yeah, absolutely. I heard Richard Bartosek's going to be in a Easter Bunny outfit. Going to be handing out some Cadbury eggs for everybody. So that's something to look forward to, guys. I mean, who knows? But other than that, be safe on the water. Reach out to us if you have any questions. Looking forward to seeing y'all at check-in. First time coming to this lake. I'm excited. I've been wanting to fish this one for a while. I don't get to, but I get to hang out with my best bud pal there with Steve Owens, and we'll stay dry for sure. God bless you. Good night.
See y'all. Thank y'all.